think the guy who played Solo, like whatever. But overall, I liked it. It was alright. I'll watch it again.
Yeah. I thought it would be cool if they had Jabba make a little cameo, but they didn't. But they did hint to him at the end.
I feel like they left a lot for Solo too that didn't happen.
Maybe they'll make a. I would like them to make a Solo Disney show. I'd watch that. Although Peter Mayhew's dead, so they can't have Chewbacca, I guess. But I don't know.
They can. I mean, Chewbacca could be CGI or
I
could be
guess.
a tall guy in a suit.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I would like to see that Solo and more stuff.
I didn't hate Solo. I thought Solo was okay. I thought it was underrated actually. Yeah, I like the director. I think his other
Ron
movies
Howard?
have been Ron Howard. I like him in Arrested Development. I liked him in American Graffiti. I think he's a pretty good director. I think he's funny. I think he is pretty good. I think he just. I think
Well-
Solo came after Last Jedi, and that really screwed him.
Well, interesting thing. The directors of Solo were the directors of 21 and 22 Jump Street, the Lego Movie, and went on to write Spider-Verse. So if those two guys had stayed on it, it probably would have been a lot better.
I really think Last Jedi hurt Solo.
Last Jedi hurt Solo and Rise. Wow, how much damage can a movie do? Plus, Solo came out after Infinity War, so I think everybody were like just turned off of seeing any movies that weren't Marvel for the time.
Yeah.
It came out right after Infinity War and Deadpool 2. Where are we at? Number
7.
7. The Clone Wars prequel show.
Oh, we're close.
I've seen most of it. I haven't seen all of it, but I've seen about, I want to say 68% of it, and it's good. It's very good. My only issue is that the voice acting. I don't know what microphones they're using, but it sounds a little weird. Sounds like they're a little too close to the mic. But other than that, it's good. It's kind of like Forces of Destiny, except it actually matters. It shows how Grievous got his cough. It shows the origins of Ventress. Technically, it isn't canon, but it really is. So yeah, I would watch it again. It's a good and to watch the whole show. It's only like 2 hours, so it's basically a movie. So watch it, and it's all free on YouTube. So there's literally no reason for you not to watch it.
Yeah. My number 7, Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
The entire thing's boring until you get to the end, and then the end. I mean, you have to have it because the end really sets up everything else.
Yeah.
It sets up Rebels. It sets up all the other movies. It's really without that you don't have canon. You need that to have the canon. It's a little stupid, but it's also it's needed. You have to have it.
Yeah.
So I like Revenge of the Sith. I don't like the first half of it, but I like the second half of it.
Like Grievous and Dooku and all that.
Yeah, so I mean, overall, it's a hit and miss, but it's definitely the best of the prequels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, number 7. I'd watch it again.
Yeah. My number 7 is Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, makes sense.
Wait, no, my number 6 is Revenge. Revenge is your number 7, right?
Revenge is my number 7.
Okay, number 6 is Revenge for me.
So we're close. Because my Clone Wars prequel, which is your number 7, is my number 6.
Right. Revenge of the Sith is. I actually do enjoy the first half, but it's kind of just there because you need the movie to be 2 hours. The stuff with them saving the Chancellor, it's fine. Stuff with Grievous is fine. It's basically a Clone Wars episode.
Yeah.
But when they get to the Anakin turning to the dark side stuff, it is interesting. I think it could have been done better, especially with Hayden Christensen's performance. Palpatine's great in this movie. This might be his best movie, I think. Palpatine is amazing. His fight with Yoda is awesome. The fight between Kenobi and Anakin is a little ridiculous, but it is still a good fight. It has a pretty emotional ending. Padme dying of... Apparently Padme... Okay, so in canon, Padme did not die of sadness. Padme died from Palpatine taking her life force and giving it to Anakin. Apparently. So, sure. I guess. Whatever. But it's a good movie. As a Star Wars fan, it gives you what you want, but I wish it was executed a little bit better. And I wouldn't mind seeing a remake of it where it's in Clone Wars style animation. Maybe we might have something even superior to Empire. But hey, it's still what we got.
Better than Empire.
If we had Clone Wars do Revenge of the Sith, maybe it would be better than Empire. Maybe.
No, it wouldn't.
I think so.
No.
It has a chance if they do it right.
It wouldn't be better than Mandalorian.
I don't know about that. I think it could be amazing.
Maybe.
Dave Filoni knows what he's doing, unless he's making Rebels.
Well, he made Rebels.
Yeah. Unless he's making Rebels. Yeah, Revenge of the Sith is good. It's good.
Number 6 for me, Clone Wars prequels. Not canon, but canon. It shows how Grievous took Palpatine hostage. It shows how Anakin got a scar. It introduces Ventress to what's his name? Dooku. It does a lot. It's exciting. I like the Clone Wars prequels.
Yeah.
Not canon, but kind of canon.
It's basically canon.
Yeah, basically. Definitely, it's free. I would recommend watching it. I've watched it. It's pretty good. And some of the Clone Wars episodes, the prequel episodes, are actually remade into Clone Wars. Like the fight between the Kamari or whatever they are.
What?
They remake it, so it's a little bit better. But the prequels are good. I like that. It's action packed. Dialogue, not so much. It does show Anakin as more of an adolescent than Clone Wars does.
He's a lot angrier in this one.
Yeah, and it shows the relationship with Padme a little more. I really like it. The prequels is good. I think that's really what number 6. The prequels is where I really like Star Wars.
Yeah.
So
I love
going
Star Wars.
forward, 6 through 1 are actual I like these. Like the other ones are good. Like 1 through 10, good, but 6 through 1, really good.
Godlike.
Yeah.
For me, number 1 through, I would say maybe 1 through 10 is good, and 1 through 6 is this is why I love Star Wars. Even though Revenge of the Sith is kind of stupid. So number 5, I'm just gonna. I don't really know because number 5 and 4 are. I'm just gonna say it. Number 5 and 4 are Mandalorian and Return of the Jedi, and I really don't know which one is better. So I'll just say Return of the Jedi first, I guess. Because Mandalorian has better. Return of the Jedi is good. It's the worst original trilogy movie, but it's still great. I still love it. Jabba's great. The Ewoks, I don't really have a problem with the Ewoks. The Jabba stuff is fun, but it does go on a little bit long, and the movie's a little slower. But when it gets to the final finale with Luke and Vader and Palpatine, it's it's Star Wars. It's what you want. Palpatine's amazing in this movie. He's great. He's acting. He's over the top. He's evil and he loves it. That's Palpatine. It's just great. My only real complaint with this movie is that Han Solo isn't that cool. He doesn't really do much except get rescued. But
He
yeah,
makes out with Leia.
well, yeah, sure, but so did Luke.
No, that was a different movie.
But yeah, Return of the Jedi is great. It's a great, and yeah.
My number 5, Clone Wars. My top 5, my top 5 are awesome. Clone Wars, the problem with Clone Wars is they have great episodes, like the finale with Ahsoka's arc, really good. The Bad Batch, good. But some Clone Wars episodes, not so good. So it's hit and miss. Overall, Clone Wars, definitely very good series, but it's hit and miss. And I even watched a lot of the episodes that were partially made and not completely made. It's still pretty good. So I'll put Clone Wars number 5. Definitely the way they ended it is awesome. Definitely the best of the series, of the ones that are actual TV series. Clone Wars is definitely the best.
Number 4, Mandalorian for me.
Yeah,
I love Mandalorian. Mandalorian's awesome. And I didn't when they first announced it, when they first showed the trailer, I did not care. I didn't care at all. And then when the first episode came out, I'm like, this is really good. And the second episode and the third episode, I like all the episodes except for 5. I thought episode 5 was kind of weak.
Episode 5.
That's the one where he meets the gunslinger, the other bounty hunter, and then they show the mysterious guy at the end. Well, so 4 is the one where he saves that village.
Yeah.
And then right after that, he goes and meets
I
that.
think the Village is the weakest one. It's still pretty good.
Yeah. No, 5 is the weakest one for me, but it was.
Is
still
5 the
pretty
one where they
solid.
break people out of prison?
No, that's 6.
And that was pretty good.
Yeah. But 5 is my least favorite. But my favorite ones are 3, 6, and 8. Those are and 2. All of them are great, except for 5. But it is a great show. Mando's a great character. Baby Yoda is the best thing ever made. How can you not love Baby Yoda? I mean, come on. Carl Weathers is awesome. How can you not love Carl Weathers? The Queel, the I Have Spoken guy. I actually felt sad when he died. I actually was like,
Spoiler alert there, Brian.
we said spoilers at the beginning.
Yeah, he dies.
He dies. Brutally. Sorry. But yeah, he dies. Very sad. Season 2's gonna have Ahsoka, Bo-Katan,
God, I hope they don't ruin it.
Sabine, the guy Cal Kestis from the Jedi Fallen Order game.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna have Boba Fett. I hope they don't muck this up. But they were smart with the first season, so I hope they do something good with this. And I have confidence that they will.
Yeah.
Great show.
Also, my number 4, Mandalorian, is a great show. I've watched the Making the Mandalorian, and that's great too. I like it. It really has the Return of the Jedi feel. The Mandalorian does. It doesn't try to be too much. It has small stories, which I like.
It's subtle.
The weakest story I think is With the Village. I think, in my personal opinion, but I still like that story. It's pretty good. I really like Mandalorian. I can't wait till season 2. I'm a little worried they're gonna go too in on Mandalorian because of the success of it.
Yeah.
And bring too many characters in and make it ridiculous. But hopefully they won't.
If they have one character per episode, it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, we'll see. But I really like Mandalorian. It really brings me back to Return of the Jedi. It feels like it is a sequel to Return of the Jedi. It's really good.
And it has the Darksaber, so I'm excited to see what they do with that. How do you get it?
It's cool.
Yeah. My number 3 is the Clone Wars show. Yeah, like you said, season 1 is bad. Season 1 of Clone Wars is bad, but the rest of it's great. Well, some of it. My favorite arcs are anything with Maul is great. The Bad Batch is pretty good. There's one unfinished arc with Cad Bane and Boba Fett, and I really wish they did that one instead of the one with the 2 sisters.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that sucked. I like the one with the evil Jedi, with the one with Krell.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one. I like a lot of them. Ahsoka's a great character. Kenobi's great in this show.
Mm-hmm.
Anakin's great. Lots of great characters introduced, like Satine and Bo-Katan, and he wasn't introduced, but Maul was great.
Maul was really great in Clone Wars.
This show turned Maul into one of the best characters.
Maul's great in Clone Wars, and he's good in Rebels.
Yeah. And yeah, it's got great fights, and it's got adventurous. And the finale is amazing.
Over Clone Wars, oh yeah, really good.
It's so good. Like the last 4 episodes are just. There's literally nothing wrong with them. The only thing wrong with them isn't even really its fault. It's that, well, you know everybody's gonna live because they're in Rebels. That's not the show's fault. Great stuff. And for Clone Wars, I don't think you have to watch all of it. You can skip some episodes, but the stuff that is worth watching, you need to watch.
Mm-hmm. My number 3 is Return of the Jedi. And as a kid, I waited in line to see this movie with my parents. I remember standing in line waiting to see it, and then I saw it, and except for the Ewoks were okay. But I really love that movie. It finished up the trilogy. It's the worst of the trilogy, but it's still pretty good. Return of the Jedi is really good. I like Lando. Han brings all the characters together. Palpatine's awesome. Darth Vader turns back to the good side. It's a really good movie. I like it.
Yeah. I love Return of the Jedi. When I was little, it was actually my favorite. Now I've changed. My number 2 is New Hope. New Hope. I could watch New Hope over and over and over again, and I would never get bored. I love New Hope. It's so entertaining. It's so fun. It's got great stuff. It's Star Wars. It's fun. It's emotional. It's everything you want in a movie like this, and it set off the franchise in the best possible way. Luke is whiny, but that's good because at the end of the movie he goes through a whole arc, and it's great. The only problem with it is that Vader and Kenobi's kind of lame, but there's a video on YouTube that basically fixes that problem. So if you ever watch New Hope, whenever I get to that scene, I just stop it and then watch that video and then go back to New Hope. It's great.
Yeah, my number 2 is also New Hope.
I love
New Hope's really good. George Lucas did something, like all his other movies are based on what George Lucas did in New Hope. I mean, he did something brand new, never been done before. Special effects never been done before. Everything had never been done before. Very good movie. I have no complaints about New Hope. Yeah, Obi-Wan and Darth Vader's fight wasn't super great. But it wasn't about that. It was about the storyline. It was about him giving his life to save Luke Skywalker. And when you watch the other movies, you find out that he basically gave his whole life. He watched over Luke Skywalker for years and years on Tatooine.
Yeah, you're right.
He loved him. So it didn't really matter that the fight scene wasn't great. I mean, it was made in 1970, whatever. But New Hope, it is exactly what it sounds like. It's about New Hope. Yeah. And it's a very different movie from anything ever been made before. It's the number 2 also.
Yeah, we both have Empire number 1. Let's just talk about it together.
Yeah.
It's in my top 3 movies ever made. It's one of the best movies ever made, and I don't think anybody can really refute that. It's basic. It's perfect. It's literally perfect. It's from everything with the music to Han. Yoda in this movie is just amazing. He has so many great quotes. Like when Luke's like, I don't believe it, and Yoda's like, that's why you fail. Like that's so good. I cannot get over how great that little exchange between those two is. When Luke and Vader have their showdown, and Luke's putting